Yeah, one day I gotta leave that on for like a minute. We need like a 30-second countdown. That way we can all get a dance going, and then we can get in there.
Oh yeah. Hi everybody. Welcome to Art Bros. Yeah.
It's been real. So far, we've got people in the chat already showing up. This is awesome. People showing up for Michael ODEN. It's great.
Yeah. All excited about that. Book. Everybody was excited for the Embrace and everything. So yeah.
Of course. Embrace looks great. Peter's here. What's up? Thanks for shouting it out. Frog G's already throwing sweet links.
Thank you, Frog G.
B-Rose, of course, you are a savior to many channels coming in. And same thing with Ryan. Ryan, like, you might be one of the, I feel like you put out a fresh vibe, whatever chat you're in, all the posts you put out, you have this fresh take on things. I dig it. So I'm glad you're here. Who else we got?
I'm trying to get the YouTube video up because I'm still just using StreamYard and I'm having a little bit slow internet. So we'll see what's happening.
I didn't even connect wired. I disconnected my wire. Maybe we should go do that real quick before ODEN shows up.
Oh, it's your fault. Bow, crack pack. Hello.
I'll be right back. Say hello to the chat. See you talk about who's there.
All right. What's up, guys? What's up? Yeah, Bigums is now, or Colonel is in control of the chat of the channel. That's great. I just wish that my internet was working pretty fast. So yeah, what's up, Mo Biggs? Hey, everybody. I see everyone now. It's working all right. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting our huggy hands ready for Mr. ODEN. Nefarious. What's up, K-Manifesto? Yeah, Noah. Hi. What's up, Mo Biggs? Yeah. Coleman. Frog G.
All right, I'm back.
Ryan, what's up?
We should be better off now. Nefarious.
Yep.
You already say that?
Yep.
So, yeah. Thank you, everybody. I've got something in the works that I posted on about it, but it's working on a Sovereign Wolf review. I'm putting a little more effort. I don't say I will, but I always end up putting in like extra effort into the video because I'm just retarded, and I feel like once I get into something, I like start going down the rabbit hole of editing and stuff. So how it goes, but that'll be up soon.
D, what's up, D?
Spoilers. Sovereign Wolf is pretty good. If you haven't read
That's good to hear. That's good.
Yep. I've got my own scale, but oh shit, my voice is cracking.
Joe grades on a curve.
I do. It's I'm doing like the old school like Capcom games. My highest tier is S tier. So for Savage.
Yeah, Savage.
Dude.
Sadistic.
We need those Savage books out there. Savage CG books. So Michael ODEN's our guest. He's going to get here whenever he can. He said he might be a little late. In the meantime, let's shout out some cool things that are happening in the community. Like I know K-Manifesto has been doing some solid videos, and I know Dojo was asking around for all the company names for CG properties. So that's pretty cool that he's putting together another resource for us, which is cool.
Keeping us all connected.
That's great. Yeah, dude. It's well, look, mine cracks because of stress, because I work hard. Yours is just from lack of growth. But Joshua Pierre Novell, what's up, dude? I feel like,
dude, what's up, dude? Yeah, that's our old high school buddy.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Good to see you, man. It's funny that like high school people are showing up on the things. Awesome. High school, Shelby County. Shout out to Shelby County. So funny. All right. Mobig said, I thought Sovereign Wolf was pretty good, but the symbolism having so many bear men seemed out of place. Or was it?
Or was it?
I think if he had symbolism, I didn't notice it. That was one of my critiques. I wish it did have some more ambiguity, but that's how it goes. Mobig says, Joe's stressed because he's living a double life, a crackhead who publicly disavows crack. Exactly, dude. I gotta. I'm like the what's that mayor in Canada? What's his name? The mayor forever, that's been on crack forever. What is that guy's name? My buddy sent me a video about it. He's like, "Yo, dude, do you know that guy is still mayor?
Really?
He's been mayor for like a decade. Crazy." So, we just got our special guest in here. You all know him as the creator of Elysian Fields. What did we just look at? Errand of the Sable Knight, and now the employee is Michael. What's up?
Oh, then he disappears. He ran away from us, Joe.
Did he really die? Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, not. I was talking about the guy in Canada, the guy that was on crack. Coleman said he died, so maybe my friend was talking about a different mayor. I don't know what happened to Odin. No clue. Odin, come back to us, bro. So this is what happens when you have guests that shabby internet.
Or you with shabby internet.
Dude,
we've had storms mainly all day out here.
Dude,
I heard the new Challenger.
Yes, my neighborhood has been bad about internet. What's up, Odin? Thor Odin, what's up? You there? You on your phone?
Hello.
Hello out in the wilderness. Come back. Mo says he's not coming back until you call him by his proper name, Ogden. So, and I appreciate it. Sub to K Manifesto. Nice. Very cool. Support the community, dudes. So what we wanted to talk to Michael Odin about was this topic of comics going digital, especially with Scott Snyder doing his like deal with Amazon Comixology. I wanted to have Michael Odin's take on this. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna kick him because maybe that's like restarting a modem.
It might be a microphone thing.
Could be. He's not typing in chat either, so who knows if that's the case. I pray that he has an easy time getting on here. Snot Snyder, dude. For once, we can agree. Snotty himself. I don't know if he's. I feel like it's way more business-like than I thought Scott would pull off. Like he organized the big thing. He wrote like how many books is that? Did he write like 8 books with different artists? That's a lot to plan out for that dude. I feel like. Anyway, I feel like CG is a little bit more physical based, right? We all like our physical books. I think we're a little bit leaning toward that end of things. So something that's digital is, I don't know. I know it's only for the front end. I think like what happens with those books is, I'm pretty sure it just goes. They get in when it launches, and then whenever enough time passes, they put it in this local stores. So under a dark horse, I believe. So what do you think about that, Jeremy?
Well, I'm curious into it as well because I do plan to. Well, I mean, I planned. It doesn't mean I can't change that plan, but I was planning that my Beckon volumes would actually have a digital released version of them, as well as the printed ones. But the printed ones, obviously being.
But it's kind of like the way. It's the way like it's the opposite that we normally would. We put it out the press first. We get it out print, and then we maybe puts it into a digital format. Yeah. Here we go. Let's try Michael Odin one more time. If not, somebody DM Dean. Let that off the over that bogan. Michael Odin, you here? What's that? I'm trying to think of that song by Bowie.
Oh man,
he's underwater, dude.
Yeah, underwater.
I wish we could get you back on. We're gonna kick you one more time. Can
you guys hear me? Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, we got you.
I hear you now. We hear you. Go back to the roof.
Yeah, or does sound like he's in the park.
Yes. Are you being chased?
He says the signal is super weak, so
Bummer. Somebody take some DM.
Can you guys hear me now?
yes.
Yes.
Good.
Do you hear us?
All right.
Can you decipher our voices?
I do not know how well this is going to go because Joe is still a little spinning circle.
Oh, snap.
I think
you are.
that the screen's
Okay.
frozen.
Well, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
D's got it right. You need to keep that on the So this is awesome because straight up, it's almost like you're coming like your character from the spirit world.
Yeah, like through the white noise. So this is interesting.
Pretty cool, poltergeist style.
Yeah, if you want to talk, just talk and give us like point or okay. Yeah, I guess we'll try another attempt in a minute.
Try to go to Starbucks, like B-Rose says. Pullman says he's trapped in a car truck, dude. Yeah, dude. Give us tap 3 times if we need to
pull the lever. There's a lever.
Yeah, but seriously, go check on Dean. I mean, Dean is probably can talk up a lot of the things that Odin would talk up, except for the whole digital thing with him doing the errand of the Sable Knight, which is really what I want to talk about aside from the embrace. But what can you do? Nefarious is here, and anybody who has not noticed, Nefarious just made my cover, the original cover pencils that I did for Mavericks. That's on sale right now over on his Indiegogo. So check that out for Mavericks. It's super cool. Go support that.
Bow.
Yeah, the whole point here, Nefarious, was that I wanted to prove that Odin was not just a writer, and he is not helping.
All right, we finally got it to work. Holy crap!
Nice, dude. What county are you in? Are you in the
Dude, okay, so I'm in Reston, Virginia right now, which is not a rural area. It should be a place where I have plenty of signal. But for whatever fucking reason, this one little area in Northern Virginia, I have the shittiest coverage on the face of the fucking planet, and I don't get it. There is a Verizon cell tower not even 2 miles away, but somehow I have nothing.
Damn you, T-Mobile.
Are you over there often? Do you have to, I guess, commute there quite a bit, or you live there?
It's where I work.
Oh, snap.
So it's like, oh, good. Glad to know that if there's like an emergency and my folks need to get a hold of me, that I'm completely screwed. So,
did he say arrested in Virginia or arrested?
Yes,
in Virginia?
arrested in Virginia, indeed. Mo Biggs, it's been too long there in the chat.
Yeah, dude.
I saw he was talking shit. Dean sent me a picture.
He's out there training NTM. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a protege now.
I think there's a master class he's offering for crackheads.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I was in the comments on a stream yesterday or the day before, and I was dropping references to Mo Biggs and I's feud, like left and right, hoping that it would spark him to appear in the comments. But no, he didn't show up.
Mo Biggs needs to do one of those masterclass commercials.
I know,
just with the little logo and stuff, a little clip. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, he definitely needs to show up like Candyman, like say his name 3 times. Or was it 5 times? I don't know. Various brings up the first point I wanted to get into because now time isn't short. We can go on all night if we want because my time is yours, chat. So I wanted to bring up the online issue because I know you have a Webtoons comic out there. I wanted to promote that at the same time, figure out your position on this thing.
So our Webtoon that we have going, like we've been putting Elysian Fields chapters up on Webtoons for a minute. We have the entirety of the Zero issue that's up there, but this Errand of the Sable Knight is something that I'm experimenting with, where we're really trying to push our market and get more eyes onto Nine Realms as a brand. And so the idea is that Errand of the Sable Knight is a story that I've written. The entire script is done for like the entire book, but it's long. Like it's around 200 pages. Like it's a doozy. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be it's broken down into 8 chapters, and we're going to be releasing each chapter on Webtoon as a season of content. And initially it'll be a little bit slow as we are building up content. I don't want to run out of pages and not be able to continue to do weekly, or I guess our platform is bi-weekly right now. Bi-weekly updates of we're doing 1 page at a time initially, but as we get more support and we're also using this as a way to bring people into our Patreon. The goal is for everything to just start kind of paying for itself, so that we're able to continuously put out content, consistently put out content, and that way, whenever we do a crowdfunding campaign, the majority of production of any of the books will be done and paid for, and so everything else can either go to profits or reinvestment into future projects.
Very interesting. So how does this work? When we pulled up Errand of the Sable Knight, because we're not really savvy with this internet stuff. We're getting old, and so
that we are.
How's this work? When I click it, why can't I read a comic? Like, what's going on here when I click these links?
So right now, what we have I don't know why it's not showing up anything. So what I have up there right now, just as placeholders, while we're waiting for the first chapter is going to go live on August 19th at 4 p.m. So what I have up right now are just some character sheets and everything like that to kind of showcase, the characters that are at play here. I have a little like promotional junket that with a QR code that should take you to the Nine Realms Publishing Patreon, but
okay, so
there are some errors with it right now, so I need to figure out what's going on with that. I got a message about it today.
Right. So this is a placeholder. I don't know if Webtoon people know this already, but maybe put a little thing that says coming soon, because like if you don't know it, if you didn't hear your announcement, you wouldn't know necessarily. But that's just because I'm half a boomer.
Yeah, and that's why I had said like a lot of exciting things to come up on that promo. Like
okay.
I'll probably like I can put in the title like coming soon and what have you, and that's probably the best thing to do that. But like what I'm trying to do right now is I wanted this page to be available for people to go follow, and they can't it can't do that unless there is actual content on the page. So like I didn't have a link that I could put out unless I had something. So I just put up some character sheets and everything like that.
It's a good idea. So what's your thoughts on online in general, Michael? Like, are you obviously you're fine with putting it up there. Now, is that just a means to the end to get the print version, or is this like a side gig, a side hustle, if you will?
So the goal will be to have it like, so how I'm planning on doing this is that we release, as I said, we release it in seasons of content for effectively each chapter of the book, and then once we finish the of which there are 8 chapters, and once we finish each chapter, we will create effectively a floppy edition of it and put it up on like a Nine Realms campaign on Indiegogo or what have you, along with a few other books that people can get. And
so you're building a fan base at the same time as like, correct, getting the word out there, kind of.
Because like that's ultimately the whole thing, is that like right now I see crowdfunding and I see a lot of this stuff as a stepping stone. It's not going to be the model that I use forever, and I don't think that it should be the model that we use forever. I think that I think that there comes a certain point where crowdfunding should be for like special projects that are more high value collector item than they are like your standard thing. But so the goal is to eventually get Nine Realms to a point where we're obviously not going to be able to compete exactly with industry prices or anything like that, but having more affordable books, an online back catalog of books for people to purchase, and everything like that. And so, like, that's the goal, is to within 5 years have Nine Realms be an enterprise that is paying for itself, if not bringing in a solid profit margin, and then and that's honestly how I think we have to be looking at this. Is crowdfunding is a great stepping stone at the beginning, but it shouldn't be the be all end all. It shouldn't be that we're only relying on what we're getting from campaigns and everything. It should be that we are looking to build an online storefront, that we should be looking to do all these things and potentially getting our books into stores that are willing to carry our books, because there are stores that are willing to do that. It's just to find them.
I dig that you're forward thinking here, and I think Jeremy would agree. This pretty much makes you hashtag not just a writer. And this is something where you're planning. This is a business mindset that I think like not everybody is really tapping into, because most people are worried about making their book in the first place. Just try to get their first book out or their second book or a full arc done. And something, if you build it, they will come, kind of thing. And with you got a forward thinking brain. So that's great. NTM is wondering what Sable Knight really means.
Mo is having at it right now.
Yeah, I know. So Sable is actually an old English term for black. It's another. The book is heavily based in Arthurian lore. It kind of serves as an epilogue to a story in Arthurian lore called The Tale of the Questing Beast. And the protagonist of that story is one of Arthur's knights, King Pellinor, who was the Black Knight, or the Sable Knight. And so like that's what this book is about. It's kind of a story of redemption, where you've got this guy that really made a massive mistake in his career, and with Arthur gone and everything, he's kind of he's trying to redeem himself, and he's trying to revive this person that died because of his lack of attentiveness. And so he's trying to undo this wrong, and so he has the Holy Grail, and he's searching for the entity of death to make a trade.
Now that seems pretty complicated, but I know I've heard down the grapevine that you are a very good writer, and for that reason I'll take your word that this is going to be good. However, I may agree that the errand of the Sable Knight it's mysterious, but it's a little bit. It's definitely not the most catchy of the names.
I want the big goal for this eventually is once the story is completely done, I'm going to be doing a hardbound edition with like golden inlay pages. Because the point wasn't to make like a catchy title thing. It was, I want this to effectively be a graphic storybook. Even with how I wrote the script, I wasn't breaking it down into panels or anything like that. I literally just wrote like 2 or 3 paragraphs of prose, and I give it to the artist, and I say, make that come to life on a page. You can make it a spread, you can make it a sequential, however you think that you need to whatever you think you need to do to make this come to life as a cohesive piece of art. And then I break down the prose to what is showcased via the visual side, and what is showcased through my words, and the stuff that I need the words for I letter and put on the page, and the stuff that is shown through the art just gets done away with.
So this all seems great, and I think that like what you're trying to push here is something where you're diversifying. You know, I agree that the first thing I gotta say is awesome that you're like giving artists the freedom to do stuff that they can do. Not many writers will do that, so praise be to you. And I know Jeremy would agree that not many writers do that. Some writers are against that. They'll be sticking to the script. Yeah. Jeremy, do you want to maybe, I don't know, I feel like you have something to say on something like this because it's fantasy based.
Oh, I definitely do. First off, as a side note, your vibrator is next to your microphone. It keeps beeping with every notification you get.
Yeah, it's just I am on my phone. So
Okay. I was actually telling Joe that I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you assumed it was me, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I lived with you. I found the vibrators before.
I'm doing the best that I can.
It's all good. No, I'm more curious about like when you're how you're parceling it both out, because the Embrace has gotten a lot of attention, and then again with this new book, I mean the story concept, it definitely interests me, and then the accuracy that I see in some of the sketches as far as the armor design, like the care that's taken into some of that, and then just what you said there, how you kind of let the artists kind of take these ideas and you let them kind of run with that as far as the framing. I can imagine you get a lot out of that too. Like you learn how to communicate direction a bit more, you know, what to kind of spark into an artist to be like, I got to put that in there.
So for me, as far as the handling with the artists and everything go, I'm not a serious artist, but I've always loved drawing and everything like that. And you know, like every kid growing up, I wanted to be a comic book artist, so I studied a lot of how that's done. So it's something that I already understand a lot of the language for and a lot of those aspects. But I bring in effectively one of the few good things that I got out of being in the military was the whole concept of every single person has a role. Let them fill their role, you know, like if you have a command structure and you have a squad leader, you don't oversee every single person in your squad. That's what your team leaders are for, you know, so if I'm paying somebody to do a job, I'm going to let them do their job. If there is something that I have issue with, I'll bring it to their attention, but it's usually minimal. And if they can give me a good reason why it should be the way that they have it, I usually listen. But like at the end of the day, as I said, I am paying somebody for their work for a reason. If I didn't trust them wholeheartedly, I wouldn't have invested the capital to bring them onto the project. You know, and that's how I see it. So and Dean has so many stories, because there have been so many times during the Embrace where he'll message me. He was like, hey, I know that you say this on the script, but I actually thought that we could do this because I think that it'd be more dynamic, or you have too many panels on this page. Let me spread it out between these two pages because you don't have a lot going on the second page. I was like, that's fine. And I pretty much told him, like, every single time he'd come to me with that, I was like, hey man, any changes like that, you've got carte blanche, man. Like I pay you to do a job for a reason. Like if I could draw the book, I would. I can't draw the book. That's why you're here. So like at the end of the day, like that's I think one of the good things that I got from the military was that approach of let people do their jobs. Only interfere when it starts to become a whole thing where like you know, making sure production timeline's on track. That's when you'll start to get like messages from me is like, hey, how are we doing? Are we still able to meet this deadline? Like the Embrace is where our deadline to fulfill is in August. We're running a little bit tight, but everybody is on track to finish the book so that we'll have the print file hopefully done by the second week of August, which means third week of August, it'll be at the printer printing, and then by the end of August, it'll be here, and we'll start fulfilling, and the first people will get their books. So we maintain that timeline, and that's where I start to become more hands-on, is the production element of things. Because I write the books, but Nine Realms Publishing is my brand. I run it. It's my business, and so if I say, hey, I'm going to have the books out to you by X time, I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that you get the books by X time. And that's something that I think I've built a pretty solid reputation off of between both of my Elysian Fields books, is that all of those books fulfilled on time, or if they were late by a month, maybe two, and I got people their books as fast as possible, and I kept them updated.
Well, I want to say that it's probably obviously a good thing you're doing all the verification, the what's the best way to put this? That you're assuring everyone that like the books are going to come out on time, and you have a little bit of your previous work that you can vouch for, or that vouches for you. So it's a different thing with digital, because obviously it just goes up when it goes up, and that's, I guess, a perk to having digital. And with Scott Snyder doing his pretty much like, he's pretty much putting himself out there as digital is going to be, some sort of forefront before the print, because it's the dark horse after he puts up all his books on Comixology. But I feel like something like your plan for Nine Realms, where you're doing a little bit of Patreon, a little bit of webtoons, all leading up to print, maybe is a little better, obviously, because if you had a big enough name like Scott Snyder, you don't necessarily have to do all this. I don't get why he's got it.
And to that point, Scott Snyder can pump his chest about the digital platform all he wants, but the fact of the matter is the numbers don't support him. The reason why I chose Webtoons was because it's a free platform. There is no fee that anyone has to pay for anything. And so if somebody sees a title and they go, "Oh, that looks interesting," they can go and take a look at it. It's all about expansion. I have ways to bring in revenue from Webtoon, where effectively, if you sign up for the Patreon for even just $1 a month, you get early access to all of the episodes of Errand of the Sable Knight. So you can be ahead by whatever we're releasing by like 2 or 3 pages, and that effectively acts the same as one of their coin fast passes on the Webtoon site. But since I can't cash out anything on that because I'm not a sponsored thing, I'm just going through Canvas. That's the way that I bring in the revenues. Potentially, every single person that reads the book, if they want to read more, they have that ability to sponsor me on Patreon, fund the content, and that's ultimately what this comes down to. Is it's not about pushing a specific thing of, oh, this is the way of the future, so much as trying to cast a net and get as much fish possible. Put out the widest net with the potential to bring as many fish as I can. And you really can't beat the price of free.
Yeah, you're right. A free. Well, one, I noticed a few different people doing webtoons when they don't necessarily have to. I know there's the Tom Bilyeu books that are pretty much impact theory, which are he's pretty much just like an influencer that's decided to make creative stuff, but he hired some decent people. I talked to him a couple times in person actually, but he put his stuff on Webtoons when his books weren't selling really in stores. It's hard to do for sure. Mo and TM are going crazy in the chat.
I see.
Which I love, because I feel like their powers increase when they're together now. Something about it. I'm not gatekeeping, by the way.
It's kind of like the two bullies in Power Rangers, the original one, like Bulk and Skull.
Bulk and Skull.
It's pretty funny.
Bebop and Rocksteady, you know.
I'm gatekeeping the chat as much as Noah's gatekeeping the chat by saying these obnoxious things. So all I'm saying here is I'm glad you all show up, especially hockey, because you are a gentleman and a scholar. And Zaid, what's up?
Yeah, Zaid Raid, what's up?
Zaid Raid is here. Holla. So I want to bring up the Embrace because we don't have tons of time, but we have a little bit of time left to talk about the Embrace a little bit. Also, I thought what you have to show is for a lot of your art and a lot of your books, you make good, solid choices. So I'm not against what you've put out. I haven't actually read Elysian Fields, so I can't speak for myself, but I heard from many people it's been good. And I'm looking forward to the Embrace. I back the Embrace. So,
I really appreciate that. The Embrace has been a really personalized project for me because it was a way for me to kind of channel a lot of the emotions that I've had over the past year with dealing with my separation and divorce, and I have a 3-year-old son, so like that means not seeing him every day like I used to. That means losing out on the time that I would normally have had. And so this character was a way to kind of channel a lot of that negative energy and build something out of it. And the fact that it's gotten the support that it has, that it's resonated with people the way that it has, is super humbling. And I genuinely hope that when people get this book and read it, that it lives up. Because I did pour every bit of myself into this script. And
I think I can see that a lot of the work from Dean is great. And I feel like at most, the best thing I say about it is I feel like the emotion's there without even reading it. So that's great to see from what's going to come for this book. And also, Johnny Cage is here as well. Thank you for showing up. The two beggars to be left alive. That's awesome. I feel like I'm very much shocked that Mo and NTM are in our chat and causing trouble, dude. Don't become
they're apparently just making jokes to keep themselves not bored at this point.
Which is fine. I can think of other things to do too, but I appreciate you being here, jokes and all. However, I'm a little bit shocked. I don't know about you guys. I'm feeling a little bit. There, Neko. No.
Nice clip. I don't think I've seen that one before.
Yeah, working on some clips. So back to the Embrace, dude. So I feel like I said, just the premise of the Embrace has this emotional attachment to it because you're really looking forward to like having this, I guess, cathartic kind of conclusion because you already know kind of like what's torturing the character, and like what's the problems. So you're looking forward to it already with, how is this going to be resolved in some way? That's
dangerous.
Well, I am very much looking forward to it. And as I said, man, like it's been an incredible experience because we have had the support that we have on the book. This is the first 9 Realms publishing campaign to cross 5 figures, which was a huge deal for us. Our big goal is to push and get us past 15K, maybe even get to 16 if we can. Perfect 10 issue 2, which we launched alongside, crossed 16K USD a few weeks ago. We're very happy for them. And it's been an awesome journey, and the support that we've had has been super humbling. And I don't think there's anything else to say on that. Like it's been mind blowing.
I'm stoked for you. I'm stoked that you got like great artists like the Bartons on it and Dean. There's so much like out there in CG. It's growing quickly. So, and especially this time, it's only going to get bigger. And I'm glad you're on board with like being in the community, in and out of CG, in and out of any comics. So I'm glad you're around for sure, Mike. Do you have any Mike? I just called you Mike for the first.
It honestly doesn't matter. Like I get called a million and one things from Odin to Mike to Michael. It's just I respond to whatever at this point. You could probably call me dumbass, and I'd be okay. What's up?
Well, say that because the guys in chat will probably.
Mo's already on top of that. Like I'm fairly certain that Mo has actively done that in a chat before. That and I'm blanking on the term. I can't remember what it was called. But it was somebody that hates light because of my my inability to make the Elysian Field statue that I have a lamp. He was adamant that it should be a lamp, and I told him I can't really do that.
Oh, now the comment makes sense.
That made me public enemy number one. He's already referenced that like 6 times. It was like what somebody had asked why the Errand of the Sable Knight promos were on black, and Mo's immediate response was it's because he's afraid of light. So
he's afraid of light, dude. That's great. So,
which is only partially true.
So I feel like you've got tons of like foresight as far as the business goes. I'm sure do you have any other projects that like you can talk about besides the ones we know about?
So there are a few projects that we are workshopping right now. I'm really excited. We have a character that people will be seeing for the first time when they get their packages of the Embrace. We already have the promo put together that people will be getting on like a small little postcard to get them pumped, and we got a really, really awesome up and coming artist in the scene that has really blown people away because he kind of just got started drawing people's versions of people's characters, and everyone kind of got blown away by him. And now all of a sudden his calendar's blowing up. But I ended up hitting him up, and he's excited for this project, and so that's always a big win. There's one that I might even be working with somebody on this panel on a project potentially
for sure.
Potentially, but we'll see how all that goes. I have a lot of stuff in the works. The plan is for us to be able to release 2 to 3 books a year, and in order to do that, we need content. And so like Elysian Fields is continuing. We will be having a campaign for that 3rd book here soon. The Embrace is obviously continuing. I'm about a quarter of the. I started that script. I think I'm about like 5-6 pages in on it. And that's gonna be really fun. And then you've got Errand of the Sable Knight, which, as I said, the script for that's entirely done. It's just about producing the art and everything for that now. And then, we've got a lot of stuff planned. Yeah,
that's awesome, dude. We've got some back and forth in the chat tonight. It's actually a great chat. I haven't seen Mo Biggs in the chat for a while, so it's good to see his name there, regardless of what.
Don't do it, Colonel. Oh man,
it's great. I don't think we asked that because this is the return of Odin come back to the channel, which is great.
It's much different the first time, isn't it?
Well, the first time was very entertaining, Jeremy. There was some stuff going on with a certain member on the panel, and it was very, very entertaining. I had a blast the first time I was on. I apologize, it's been so long since I've been back. Life just kind of hit me like a runaway ice cream truck, and I was focused on making sure that production kept up to pace with the Embrace while dealing with all of my personal nonsense that I won't go into because nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah.
But like,
I was going to ask, like, why? I know all these books are coming out. What do you have any like interesting stories about your first foray into comics or like writing? Some sort of like, what was your first attempt, and was it like?
So
rejected.
The one that I like to tell is the story of how I got into writing comics, is pretty fun. Where, I've worked as a freelance industry journalist for a long time, about 4 or 5 years at this point. And my big specialty was like analyzing comic book films and comic book adaptations and talking about how they could have been done better, this, that, the other, do effectively comprehensive breakdowns, reviews. And I would constantly be told, why don't you go out there and do this yourself? And my response was always, it's more complicated than just going out there and doing it. Made a lot of excuses. And then finally, at one point I just was toying around with, I really wanted to do like an animated series of The Shadow. And so I kind of wrote a treatment and put it together to try and start workshopping it around. Didn't really know where to go. And so eventually I was like, well, I know Dynamite was publishing the Shadow book, The Shadow for a hot minute. So back when this had happened, I'm not sure if they still do now, but they used to have the director of creative projects contact information up on their website. So I gave that guy a call, left him a voicemail, and he calls me back. And he starts off like, well, we've never had like any screen rights to The Shadow, first off. But like, what's your idea here? And so we chatted for around 30 minutes to almost an hour. And I went through my whole pitch with him. And he stated at the end of it, he was like, a lot of what you said there is like really compelling stuff. But sadly, we lost the printing rights of The Shadow about a year ago. And what's the biggest shame is, like, I can tell that you've got something really good here. You've definitely got a bit of a rough talent that you'd need directed. So we would have paired you with a more experienced writer. But if we'd still had the printing rights, you'd have your own book right now.
Yeah. So we gave you like this is awesome, but sucks, bro.
And like he was like I'll give you the contact number, the contact information for Condé Nast, which owns the property, but they're going to tell you to fuck off. And they did. And so after that, it was just kind of the kick in the ass I needed to just be like, you know what, crowdfunding's becoming a big thing right now. Just hunker down, write a script. And so I did, and that's how Elysian Fields happened. Was I sat down and I actually dedicated myself to it, and I wrote the 0-issue script. I shopped it around to a few people that I knew would give me honest feedback, and the response was pretty positive. So I just went, okay, time to go find an artist, and then from there, the rest is history, and that's where I'm at.
Heck yeah, we're closing on the end. Dean is mentioning he'll put up a new page from the Embrace on his Twitter.
Yes, he did. It looks stellar. That'll generate some buzz. Because apparently I'm boring. So
yeah, Joe, do you got it? Are you on it?
I do. Let me pull it up here. So yeah, there's a lot of hum about you having an analyst charisma in the chat. So I see one pinup. Is that by you? It looks like a pinup at least. Is it a full page spread? Is that the one?
It's a full page spread done by Dean. It's really good. It's good stuff.
Let me share that, and I'm sure it'll be a humdinger, as they used to say.
Yep.
Whoever came up with these old turns of phrase, sick.
Hunky dory.
Yeah, I need to put out like a little suggestion box for finding good clips, because I've got some in mind, but I need to get some more good ones, some solid.
You got to lead into them a bit better than that last one.
I know.
That was a rough transition, but I liked the clip. It was one that I had not seen before.
Was good.
Sure.
Good.
Well, I committed at least, guys.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you went for it.
Yeah, that's all it's about, man. Got to commit.
So, Mo Biggs is going to be eating his words. I swear, when Aaron to the Sable Knight hits Webtoon, you guys are going to be blown away by just how fucking gorgeous that book is. Like I'm not even like it. That book's going to be is very pretty, and that's the only way that I can describe it. It's very, very pretty.
So let's zoom in a little bit here, if I can. Let me zoom. Yeah, we got a little bit of zoomage. Pretty sweet. I don't know why it's doing some weird stuff though.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just because it's Twitter being weird.
Being weird stuff. All right, pretty sweet. Hill Comics
So,
and
the layers of the Onion Knight.
Layers of the Onion Knight. What is that?
The Layers of the Onion Knight? Where is that?
No, I just, running with air into the Sable Knight.
Yeah, I mean, hey, fair enough. You just got to make sure you're careful and don't get copyright slammed by.
Oh, I'll talk to Don Chen. We'll spoof it.
Dude, keep the air into the Sable Knight. Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't care. It's just the Onion Knight is from Dark Souls. So.
Yeah. And Final Fantasy. It's actually a title of a. I don't know where or why it comes out that way, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of things that you can, What?
The Sable Knight. I love it.
Freaking Mobix. He wants to bring me down to his level of Webtoons reader. Thanks.
Nice.
Totally not. If you don't want to read it on Webtoon, come support us on Patreon. You'll be able to read the chapters before Webtoon anyway, and you won't have to go on Webtoon, so you won't have to be a Webtoon reader.
Yes, you're getting a little bit robot-y over there, but we're hearing you loud and clear at least. At least you're still on.
Sorry, as I said, the signal here is just atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? Ryan Wynn is showing up towards the end, which is awesome. Whenever Ryan Wynn shows up, we are winning. We're all winning tonight. So I want to bring up one other thing before we go, and you guys know what it is. You guys know. Star Circuit, baby.
Space Race.
Space Race Volume 2. It's Star Circuit's in a very, we'll say, a transitionary period of half fulfilling and half waiting for prints. So it's we're getting proofs in for the books. Meanwhile, the 3D prints of the bikes are shipping out. So if anybody got those 3D prints, let's go show this thing at the bottom of the page. It's internet's going a little weird right now. However, if we can get down there, we can show off the bike, at least on this side panel. But yeah, that's shipping out this week. Those people that have ordered these bikes are going to be surprised at how awesome they are. A lot of detail here. So here it is on the side panel. You get it for $60. It is the Matrix X50 3D print. That's shipping. So thanks for checking out the book, everybody. It's pretty much where it needs to be, like as far as my print file goes. And all that needs to happen is for me to get a proof that actually reflects the digital file, and we can get this thing to press. I know it's delayed, so thanks for the patience. I put out an update today, so go check that out if you want a little more detail. In the meantime, I'm doing a whole lot of different things, so that's how it goes.
What's up, Tank?
Tank Parrot's in the house. Whoa, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Good to have a bunch of fresh faces up in here that we haven't seen in a while. But yeah, we're killing it with Star Circuit. I'm loving how well it's done. I appreciate everyone who has backed and is supporting it by, throwing out the good retweets and stuff. Keep the love going for that thing. Before we roll out of here, because it's pretty much the end of the hour is how long we go every week. So maybe, do you have any updates on your work, Jeremy?
I've been shopping around the first page as the colors are coming to a finalized way. I've gotten a lot of comments on it that are good, positive. I think you guys are stroking egos saying, oh, it looks like Lord of the Rings, Dark Crystal. You all heard me say that, so y'all just fluffing. But I'm glad I've been getting a lot of the other stuff too, like that guard's blending in too much. So
for people that don't know, which book are you talking about?
Oh, Beckend. Beckend Recourse Volume 1 be my first debut book coming out. So everything's ready to start going, and I've already got the first page to set the style guide up. But yeah, other work, picking up more clients, finishing out other ones. So yeah, y'all be seeing some stuff.
I love Mo.
Mo is tearing me to a new one. It's honestly really good to see him. It's been a hot minute since I've seen him in a stream. I know that he's giving me shit, but it's coming from a fun-loving place. He's just trying to keep the the chat a lively place.
Yeah, it's like he
But,
stabs you in the back and then hugs you instead of like
exactly.
the other.
It's like the sweet and sour ads. It was like first they're sweet, then they're sour. Except it's like the other way around.
Yeah.
Moritz is like, here's a
It's a
knife in
warhead.
your back to make you feel like crap, but I'm gonna help promote.
He's the watermelon flavored warhead.
You're right. It's strong, but you just don't like it. That's how it goes. So as far as your next, the next couple of weeks, you said you're getting the book to press for Embrace very soon, or no?
That is the plan. The art for the book is getting very close to being done. Lettering doesn't take long, and with the amount of people that are looking at the letters, the edits on that will not take long either, because every single time, like with between me, Dean, and Lee looking at the lettered pages, every single one of us are finding the things that the other missed, and so like it won't take long to get the revision done, and then it's just off to the printer.
Nice.
The goal is to have the print file to the printer the second week of August. If there are any delays, I'll let people know, but we should still be on track for late August, maybe early September for fulfillment.
That'll be great. That'll be lining up around with Star Circuit. Hopefully, we're printing in the next week, and then probably shipping. I'm gonna hope that it's in August. I'm pretty sure it will be. NTM, I was saying, any streams going on at 8? I know Rini draws the stream on Wednesdays at 8. Could be 9, but if it is 8, go head over there. She's always got some good stuff to laugh at. She's got a good crew over there. So for me, Star Circuit's coming, but also I'm working on a couple other things other secret stuff. I'm working on the book Left Hand Free. That is in the penciling phase. I'm coloring that book too. So I have this other book that will be released separately later on. It's not my book, but all my art. So I'll let you know, guys. I'll let you keep you posted on that one. But it's in the works and moving fast. So before we roll, let's just say goodbye to the chat. Frog G's thrown out sweet links as usual. Hockey's still here. I'm so glad Comics Mate's over here. I love your guys' show. I always say that. And Mo Biggs, good to see you back on the channel, with or without your comments. We all miss you. So, he says I try to watch Rini's streams, but she seems cool. But good Lord, it's you. Yeah, that's pretty much all they do. I think there's like this much comics, this much weebery, and
we need to add some cat ears to those headphones of yours.
Oh God,
that's all. Let's not go that route. But later, guys, we'll have a new guest next week, and if not, we'll shoot the shit. We haven't done an episode where we had a sketch battle or something like that go on. But we'll plan something good for next one. Until next week, you can find me at Catapano Art. Where we can find you, Zaid?
It's Studio Zaid on Twitter, Zaid Studios everywhere else. Go check us out. If you want to go play what we have as a game, go on Steam. The free prototype is there to try out, and let us know what you think in the discussions. Outside of that, look out for what's coming down the way on Beacon.
And where can we find you, Michael?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ElysianFields_0. Facebook, we have 9 Realms Publishing. On Patreon, it's patreon.com/9realms. And yeah, follow us on Webtoon. We have, if you haven't read Elysian Fields, the 0 issue is up there, and we're going to start putting up Pyramid Gambit pages up there as well here soon. And then Errand of the Sable Knights coming August 19th. The Embrace is nearing the end of production, and as a result is also nearing the end of its campaigning. We'll be closing up In Demand in August, so make sure you guys get on that while you still can.
Great. So go check it out, guys. You heard it here. Go check out Webtoons if you dare, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace out, everybody.
Later, guys.